I know what it feels like to be right at the edge of done. Not dramatic quitting, not slamming the door, just that quiet place where you think, maybe this isn't going to happen. Maybe I've been fooling myself. Maybe it's time to be realistic. I've been there more than once. If you're there right now, stay with me for a few minutes. I'm not going to tell you it gets easy, but I want to tell you something true. My name is Ray. I'm 77 years old. I failed at 8 online businesses over 40 years. 8 times I believed something was going to work. 8 times I did the work, made the calls, showed up to the meetings, and 8 times it didn't go the way I'd hoped. The last time I walked away from one of those, I didn't slam any doors either. I just got quiet, filed it away, told myself it was what it was. After retirement, after the construction years that had worn my body out and the MLMs had worn something else out, I sat in my chair and had some honest conversation with myself about whether my useful years were behind me, whether the thing I'd been reaching for was ever going to be within reach. That's a hard place to live, and I lived there longer than I'd like to admit. Here's what I've learned about that edge of quitting. It usually shows up right before something shifts. Not always. I'm not going to promise you that. Sometimes things generally aren't working, and it's wisdom to walk away. I've done that too. But more often, in my experience, the feeling of being done arrives at the exact moment when the thing you've been building is about to take root. You just can't see the roots yet. You only see that nothing's happened above the ground. I kept bees for 15 years. If you've never kept bees, you learn real quick that you can't rush what's happening inside the hive. You can tend it, you can do your part, but the bees work on their own schedule. And there are stretches where from the outside you'll swear nothing was happening. Then one day the hive is full and you wonder when that happened. I think about that a lot when I hit slow stretches in what I'm building now. The other thing I want to say, and this is important, sometimes the feeling of wanting to quit isn't about the work. It's about doing the work without the right support. That was my problem for 40 years. I was showing up, but I was showing up alone. No real mentor. Nobody who had done what I was trying to do and who could look at what I was building and say, here's where you're off. Here's what to adjust. When I finally found a mentor, someone with 15 years in this, who has made over $13 million himself and helped many of his students earn over $1 million themselves, I paid attention. I stopped feeling like I was guessing my way through. I had someone in it with me. That changes everything because quitting is easier when you're alone. When somebody who's been where you're going is watching, asking how it's going, giving you real feedback, you don't quit as easy. Not because of pressure, because of investment. You feel like you're part of something, not just grinding by yourself. I did my homework before I trusted this. I was suspicious, had every right to be. But what I found wasn't hype. It was someone who actually stayed in it with you until something moved. I'm not going to tell you quitting is always wrong, but I will tell you this, make sure you're quitting the right thing. Quitting a program that isn't working, that's wisdom. Quitting the dream underneath it, that's different. I almost quit the dream. I didn't quit the program, I quit believing it was possible for me. And what got me out of that chair wasn't motivation. It wasn't a pep talk. It was a $27 course and a slow realization that God hadn't finished with me yet. That 40 years hadn't been wasted. It had just been preparation I couldn't see from the inside. Unfortunately, that particular $27 course isn't available anymore. But this is something a little bit different. That's still what I believe. He doesn't waste the hard parts, not yours, not mine. If you're on the edge of giving up on it, making something work online, I just ask one thing. Look at what I found before you decide. The link's in the description. It's a free webinar, no commitment. Just watch it and see if it gives you something to work with. You've come further than you think. Don't quit the dream. Quit on what isn't working and find something better. I'll see you on Monday.